Hey guys, how's it going? Sneaker Madness here, back today with my second episode of SneakerTalk. Today's topic, guys, is going to be all about resellers. There are plenty of videos on YouTube about resellers, what people's opinions on resellers, whether they're good, whether they're bad, or what they actually interpret to be a reseller. So today, guys, I'm going to tell you what I personally distinguish as a reseller. So to me, guys, a reseller is somebody who purposely goes out, buys loads of new pairs of releases, and basically just tries to flip them for maybe double, even triple the price. What I think is mixed up in the whole reseller argument is that people are saying that anybody who sells a pair of trainers and makes a bit of profit off it is a reseller. To me, this isn't essentially true. Don't get me wrong, guys, I've sold trainers in the past and I have made a profit off it, but I didn't buy it with the intention to sell it for profit. So I've bought a pair of trainers before, I've kept them, I've worn them, and I've liked the pair of trainers more importantly. And I bought a pair of trainers because I wanted to own them. I then sold them on and I did make a bit of money off them because they were going for that price in the market. So of course I'm going to sell them for the price they're selling for. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a reseller, or anybody else who sells a pair of trainers for more than what they bought them for is a reseller. So to me, a reseller is the person who has the intention to go out and buy a new pair of trainers or a new release and then sell them straight away to make pure profit. There are pros and cons of a reseller, guys, and at the minute there's a lot of bad word around the resellers and a lot of bad vibe around the resellers as well. But there are always good things. Let's start with the cons, guys. The bad things about resellers. Obviously, the bad thing about resellers is they jack up the prices, and for those of you who want the release, have to pay a ridiculous amount of money just to get a new pair of trainers. It's also quite bad, guys, and really frustrating when you go to buy a pair of trainers and you miss out, or you're too slow and you can't have them till you can't, and they've all sold out, and you wonder why they've all sold out, and you look online and it's because all of the resellers have bought them and they're flipping them for like triple the price, and they now had no intention of liking the shoe or buying the shoe to wear. They just wanted to make pure money off it and ruin the opportunity for you to buy them for retail. That's the most frustrating thing about resellers, is when you really want a pair of shoes and they sell out because of resellers. But saying that, guys, everybody's entitled to buy the shoe. So we can't say certain people are not allowed to buy the shoe or certain people can't buy the shoe because they're only going to resell it. But if they wanted to do that, they can do that. Like, nobody can stop them from doing that. I'm not saying it's necessarily right or morally right, but it is quite clever in a sense, because they know that you guys out there, or me, we really want a pair of trainers, and the pair of trainers means more to us than it does to them. So if we buy a pair and they jack up the price, we're still going to buy it because we really want that shoe. So it's clever in the sense how they see the opportunity to make money and the economic side of things where supply and demand meet, but for us it's really frustrating. Obviously the pros of having resellers are that if you do miss out or you sleep on a release, you can easily go and buy a pair. You can easily go buy a pair and it won't be really hard to get, because usually nowadays with all these new releases, you see them on eBay, you see them on forums, you see them everywhere straight after the release. So they are available for you if you do miss out on a release, but you do have to pay that extra bit more. Another good thing about resellers is if you're hunting down a pair of trainers and you've been searching for these pair of trainers for so long, they're really rare. A reseller may have had them and kept them from years ago, and they can supply. For example, guys, this has happened to me plenty of times. I've recently bought the Nike Air Max 90 2010 infrareds. That was from a reseller on eBay. I got them for a really good price. I think it was about retail, and I was really happy that he was a reseller and he still kept these pair of trainers for years. He stocked them up and he sells and stuff, so I was happy that he was a reseller. How can we stop resellers? I don't necessarily think there is a solution to completely stop reselling, but I do believe that the market being saturated by loads of collaborations and loads of rare shoes, that it's actually starting to kill off reselling altogether. I mean, you see the prices on all shoes drop ridiculously this past year, so like resale prices on collaborations and new releases and stuff, I think has taken a massive dip since 2013. It's just slowly gone down. I think it's because there's more people in the market now, and also because, yeah, the market's just saturated with all of these new brands and new collaborations coming from every single angle. So there's so many shoes, people physically can't buy all of them. So that's always a good thing, guys, because the resale price is slowly going down on shoes. I mean, Used to before see any collaboration double in price for resale, but now people are just out there to make £10 or £20, which is nothing. If I miss out on a release, I'd happily pay an extra £20 just to get that shoe if I really wanted it. But saying that, guys, I know a load of sneakerheads who are massive in the game. They've got an awesome collection and they've pretty much built themselves on reselling sneakers. They've actually started a small career for themselves just by reselling sneakers. When you do it so successfully and at that capacity, I think it's always a good thing, and what it can bring to you is amazing. And I don't ever badmouth those types of people, because I think that they kind of make something for themselves, and also it is clever and you can make a lot of money out of it if you do it right. One way to prevent resellers would be for the retailers to kind of think about their strategies when releasing a trainer, how they can kind of limit the pairs per person going into the shop. They already do that, I know. I mean, the ticket system, I suppose. Maybe do something where you have to walk out with the shoes on your feet, or I don't know, something along those lines. I think the retailers really need to clamp down on it. Even though, to be honest with you guys, they don't really care as long as they sell the shoe. I don't think they're too bothered. But it would always help if the retailers actually came on our side and helped us out a bit, guys, because it's always better when the market's fair and everybody who wants to buy a pair of trainers can actually get the ones that they want. Another way, guys, is to not buy off resellers. Basically, just as soon as a new release comes out, if you miss that release, don't buy off resellers straight away, because you know the price is just going to drop, sometimes even half, in about a week. So it's always best just to wait about a week or two and save so much money, guys. The resellers just drop their price because some of them don't even have the money and the funds to actually hold the shoe for a long amount of time. They just want to flip it quick. If you just hold on and don't buy the shoe off them, they're bound to drop the price eventually. I've been watching a pair of A6 Gel Light 5 from the Get Wet pack of the Bidet collaboration from not that long ago on eBay. About a week ago. About a week ago. Fuck with us and then we tweaking. So yeah, about a week ago. The guy had them listed for £180, and now so he clearly just wants to get rid of them. So he's dropped them from 180 to 160, and he clearly just wants to get rid of them. So I'm going to wait a little longer and pick them up when I personally think it's a better price. So resellers are always good in that sense, because that collaboration I probably would have never been able to pick up, and now I've got the availability to pick it up whenever I like, because there's so many people out there selling this type of shoe. So as I say, guys, I think reselling is coming to a peak. I think it's totally peaked and it's dipping now. You're seeing prices fall dramatically, and this is always a good thing for us sneakerheads who actually want to buy the shoe. So that's always awesome, guys. You're also seeing a lot of collaborations and releases just sitting on shelves. Yeah, and resellers are picking up shoes and they're ending up selling them for retail because they just can't get rid of them. Thanks for watching, guys. That is my basic talk about resellers. I give you my opinions. I do think resellers are good in one sense because they give you the availability for the shoes and the collaborations and releases that you might have not been able to get hold of, but then it is a bad thing because they buy out all of the trainers and take your opportunity straight away from getting that release in the first place, and then jacking up the prices to something that you just don't want to pay. But we have no place to argue because this is a free world. They can do whatever they like. If they seek an opportunity to make money, I understand why they take that, and some people have become really successful from reselling. Nonetheless, it is really frustrating, especially when us as sneakerheads probably just want to wear the sneaker. We don't want to have to faff about or pay a ridiculous amount of money for a pair of shoes. We just want to get the shoe and appreciate it ourselves. But guys, I think one thing we always forget is it's just a product. We have no more right to that product than anybody else. Anybody else out there is just as entitled to own that product as we are. A lot of people on YouTube and a lot of sneakerheads I've heard talk about this topic have basically said that they don't deserve to have it, they shouldn't be allowed to buy it, they're not entitled to it, we appreciate the product more, which I do agree that we probably do appreciate the product more, but we're not more entitled to it than anybody else. And if they can be bothered to wake up early and go down to the shop at like 6 o'clock or camp out overnight with about 10 mates and wake up at like 7 o'clock in the morning just to make a release, fair enough, you can go do that, that's your business, because I'm not up for waking up ridiculously early just to pick up a pair of trainers, or ruining my plans just to pick up a pair of trainers, or even camping out for 24 hours or 48 hours just to pick a pair of shoes up. You are more than welcome to go pick it up, so they can do whatever they need to do and I'll pick up the pair of shoes at my own time. Thanks for watching, guys. Those are my opinions on resellers. If you guys want to leave your opinions down in the comment box, tell me what you agree and disagree with. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be back this same time next week with another Sneaker Talk episode, and that's going to be about hypebeast. So make sure you tune in, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again very, very soon with another video. Thanks, guys.